Good evening, Jessica Van Vonderen with ABC News. Leaders from across the Asia-Pacific have begun arriving in Papua New Guinea for one of the most important meetings on the future of the region. The eyes of the world are on one of them, in particular, Chinese President Xi Jinping, to assess his economic and military ambitions. Prime Minister Scott Morrison will head there tomorrow, but today he met Shinzo Abe in Darwin, the first visit by a Japanese Prime Minister since the World War II bombings. In a moment, we'll hear from our reporters Natalie Whiting and Stephen Jedgetts in Port Moresby. But first, Andrew Green reports on a historic day in Darwin.
A Japanese leader has never set foot here. But Darwin's a city that once shuddered in the shadows of the rising sun above. 3/4 of a century has passed since this northern outpost was attacked by Imperial Japan.
They rained bombs on the north coast Australian town.
Today, Japan's no longer an enemy, but a strengthening strategic partner. Shinzo Abe's first order of business to honour Australia's war dead has been keenly anticipated.
It's incredibly moving. He came here with great grace and great humility and is a great friend of Australia. I think this is an important time of healing. It's an important time of reconciliation. And for some, I know that will always be difficult.
But growing strategic tensions to the north are also front and centre on this brief visit. Just hours before Shinzo Abe's arrival, North Korea boasted about testing a new tactical missile.
Thanks very much.
And with China's rapid rise across the Indo-Pacific, Australia's looking for more military cooperation with Japan.
Thank you very much, Prime Minister.
Thank you too.
This historic visit has underlined just how far relations have grown between two former enemies. And while past war wounds are being healed, a very modern diplomatic dispute threatens to overshadow Scott Morrison's weekend of meetings with regional leaders.
Dr. Mahathir has formed.
Mr. Prime Minister.
Malaysian Prime Minister Mahathir Mohamad's criticism of Scott Morrison's review of Middle East policy put down to anti-Semitism by Treasurer Josh Frydenberg.
He is called Jews hook-nosed people. He has questioned the number of people that have been killed in the Holocaust.
Josh Frydenberg's fury provoked by Dr. Mahathir saying that if Australia moved its Israel embassy to Jerusalem, it would only encourage extremists.
Adding to the cost for terrorism is not going to be helpful.
Australia sets foreign policy in Australia, nobody else.
The Prime Minister defiant on a possible policy pivot that's found few friends in the region. Andrew Green, ABC News, Darwin.